Off to the nets we go. As you know, I've been spending a bit more time in the nets of late, more so as a professional throwdown specialist to my boys than anything else. But occasionally I get the opportunity to pick up the willow and show them one or two tricks with a bat in hand. This will be chapter 2 of From AB to 360, and you have spoken. It's about the stance and taking guard. Remember, we're still busy with the ABCs, nice fundamental basics to focus on. It will get more exciting, but also more complicated as we move into the 360 part of the show later on. Let's go. Taking guard, leg stump, middle stump, off stump, outside leg, outside off. Where should you stand? There are so many greats of the game that all had different theories and all different methods. I think of a Shivnarine Chanderpaul who stood almost this far outside leg stump. Then you have guys like a Lance Klusener, a Faf du Plessis. They all have different ways of doing things and tackling the challenges. I prefer to stand on two leg, which will be in the middle of middle stump and leg stump, with my right toe, and my left toe was on leg stump. So I had a little bit of an open stance because I had a back and across movement. I would generally go to middle and off with my back foot, keeping this right foot flat, and my left foot was almost hovering around two leg to middle stump, middle leg stump to middle stump. And the most important thing is my weight would go a little bit back in order to, at the point of delivery, to push forward with my momentum. Another thing I love to focus on was to get my right foot flat on the floor after my trigger movement. Generally, I would have the back and across movement. From there, I want this right foot to stay flat for as long as possible. This is my anchor, this is my powerhouse. I didn't want to get on my toe too early. That'll make me square up to the bowlers and nick off, and also play the wrong line. So back and across, right foot flat, 30 to 40% of weight on the front foot, 60-70 on the back, and from there I would look to go forward, and while I'm playing the shot, keep that right foot flat still for as long as you can. Only after contact do you maybe slide like that. That is the perfect way of doing it, and not like that. So with my right foot, after trigger movement, flat, anchor, power. Left foot draws back a touch, still about shoulder width apart, but from here on in I've got the ability to move forward if I have to. I could also come back and play the short stuff. So on wickets swinging around a lot, I would prefer to get a bit more on off stump and with my right foot and my left foot on between middle and leg stump, and from there I would go across to middle and off with my right foot, drag back this to middle, and that would be my base on swinging and seaming wickets. This way I could cover the swing a bit, and also for LBW shouts, if I did get a stride in, it would generally be outside the line of off stump. Vice versa is true on slow, low wickets, where LBWs is your biggest threat and getting bowled. I would stand on leg stump with my right foot and just outside leg with my left. I will move across with my back and across trigger to middle and leg stump, left foot on leg, and this will give me a great base, and making sure that I don't fall over, but I stay in line with the release point of the bowler. If you can draw a line to your stumps, and you almost just operate in that pitch map. All those greats that I just mentioned have something in common, and that is the position they find themselves in as soon as the ball's released. Head, knees and toes are all in a vertical line, and that's a very solid foundation to be in as soon as the bowler releases the ball. Knees a little bit bent, it will line up with my toes, and my head, you can draw a vertical line between my head, my knees and my toes, and that is a good position to be in as soon as the ball's released. So it doesn't matter if you have a back and across movement, this will be your typical back and across movement. Right foot there flat, left foot comes across, weight a little bit back, 60% on the back foot I would say, 40 on the front, and looking to move forward with that line that you've just created between your toes, your knees and your head. And that's why you can also keep your head and your shoulder attached, or your head and your shoulder and your chin attached. And this is a very nice, basic, solid platform to be in as soon as the ball's released. And you need to be able to move forward and backwards, almost like a boxer, all right? The main focus for me with this stance would be to keep my eyes parallel to the ground, making sure that I do not do that. That is a general mistake most batters make, especially amateurs. The minute the ball's released, their head tends to fall over And this way you miss the line of the ball and you end up missing stray deliveries. So nice and balanced, shoulder width apart. It's a powerful position to do whatever you want. You can move forward, I can tap and move back, and from here on I can almost do the boxing move. Think of a boxer. This will always help you to get into a strong position. So personally for me, the back and across movement, I would find my right foot more or less on middle, maybe middle and off stump. And as the ball's about to be released, I'll drag the left foot a little bit closer, not too much, so I can still have a stable position. You need to be strong with your stance. And from there, my mindset is to push forward without lunging. I don't want to step yet. You want to see the ball first. But 60% on the back foot, 40 on the front. You see, I even lift my heel a touch, my left heel, in order to make sure I don't commit too much on the front foot. But I'm looking to go forward. If I see it's full, the lunge will come in and the step forward. If it's not full, I will still have a small step forward because he's bounced it short, and then it's a great base to have to rock back for the pull shot or the cut shot. Let's summarize chapter 2 of From AB to 360 with stance and taking guard. The stance, nice and relaxed. Bent knees, shoulder width apart the feet, and remember to draw that vertical line with your toes, knees, and your head. Very important, keep your eyes parallel to the ground. Do not let it fall over. For the left-handers, do not let it go to that side. At the point of delivery, most great players are in a very similar position. Eyes level, knees a little bit bent, solid, strong stance like a boxer. And then taking guard, leg stump, middle stump, off stump. I spoke about some of the greatest players that's ever played this game. They all are different. They all used to be different, but they had something in common. They were all in a very similar position at the point of delivery. Remember, on slower, lower wickets, show your stumps a bit more. That's what worked for me. I would bat closer to leg stump to make sure I don't get that front pad in the way for LBWs or getting bowled. And the vice versa is true on seaming and swinging wickets. I prefer to get a little bit more to the offside, but really focusing on keeping my eyes level and getting my head going towards the threat, which is the ball, right? Not the bowler, the ball. But always understand what the bowler is trying to do, what the captain is trying to do, and how he's trying to get you out. All that information can be gathered while you're out there in the middle. Sometimes even before the game. If you have a great awareness, watching the television screen, if your games are televised, or listening to teammates who have been out there. That concludes chapter 2 of From AB to 360. It's time to head back in the studio. Let's go. All right, we're back in the studio. Hope you enjoyed From AB to 360. Plenty more to come, so stay tuned. Also stay tuned for some videos of me in the nets with my children. I'll be sharing that with all of you guys. So on that note, follow me on socials to stay up to date. Also like the show, share it, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification. You know the story.